Šis ir pieci.
Labu vakar jaunā stundā šeit pilnīgā vakarā, un kā jau vairākas reizes pieminējām, pirms brīža režisors Steves Hoovers ir ciemos pie mums šeit pilnīgā vakarā. And we switch to English now. Good evening, Steve.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Let's start off easy. What exactly are you doing here in Latvia, and what have you seen so far?
I have not seen a lot of sites yet, but I'm here for the documentary forum, and which they're also screening my film Almost Holy tomorrow night at 6. And I'm tutoring there, so we're helping develop pitches for funding for documentary films.
And what is the main thing you want to give to the audience at this forum, like?
Through the film, you mean?
Well, through the lectures.
It's really just helping people to develop and develop their pitches or explore their stories and try to find the best way to represent their stories in order to be able to effectively communicate themselves, to people that might potentially fund their projects.
So, and your big, I don't know how to call it, performance will be tomorrow night.
Yeah, well, they're going to screen the film tomorrow night. We've been working really hard the last, really 2 days to help people develop their pitches and everything. And then, tomorrow's sort of shifting gears for me to share my film with people.
Cool. And how many films have you made so far?
This is my second feature-length film, and I've done one documentary short.
Documentary short. Is there something? All are the films different, or is there one like a similar thing that's in common and joining them all together?
There's definitely parallels between both of my films are about characters, two different people. There are similar themes in them and parallels through the two films, but they're the execution of the films is very different from one another. They're both about people trying to help kids. At least that's how they start. But yeah, they're very different aesthetically and like that.
And speaking of the film which will be shown tomorrow night, what is it about, and can you remind us its name?
Yes, the name is Almost Holy. It's about a Ukrainian pastor from Mariupol, Ukraine, which is a southeastern city. And his name's Gennady. Gennady, for years, had abducted homeless, drug addict kids from the streets and really forced them through rehab and tried to give them a new alternative for life. And it really follows him. It's a look at him and his work and how it evolves over the years with the changing needs and problems within his city. So in a lot of ways, he's a vigilante trying to make a difference. And he had been working since the fall, since 1999 to 2001 is when he really started working with kids. And all of that is basically threatened with the conflict in Ukraine. So it all sort of ties in.
And people here in Latvia will have the opportunity to see this film tomorrow night. More about you. People say that you have reached success in a very short amount of time. Do you agree?
Yeah, I would say so. I with my first film in 2013, that's when it premiered. It had a successful run, and I wasn't expecting any of that. So it was fairly sudden for me, the whole experience, and then being able to do another film basically while that one is rolling out, and having had that, it's been received very well. So, but I've been working hard in film since 2003 or 4. So I mean, I didn't really get into the documentary industry until 2013. But for me, it doesn't, I guess I'm kind of doubling back on what I said, but I have been working hard for a long time. But I live in a fairly obscure city in the U.S., so I'm not really tied in or on the radar.
And what, in your opinion, what caused the success in the documentary field? Is it the films? Is it your personality? Or
probably not my personality, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe being outside of the industry to some degree. the way I entered it was pretty unconventional. I just really wanted to make something with as much heart as I could because I had been doing advertisements and things like that for years, and it felt, not very genuine. So I wanted to do something that had more meaning, and I wanted to explore that. So perhaps, that heart that I put into it was communicated, and people were able to somehow identify with that and get something from it.
And what would you say are the things that people get through your work?
Well, because the films are very different, my first film, I think, was more life-affirming. It was more conclusive. It made you feel good. It really, I think, challenged, or at least made you, helped you to connect with your emotional human side and feel for people that you might not otherwise feel for. And it might have even made you cry. This film is much less life-affirming. I think it's more inconclusive, and but it looks at somebody who's trying to do something with sort of all the forces against him.
What advice would you give to new aspiring filmmakers?
Oh man.
Well, it doesn't matter if they are in the documentary field or...
Sure. I don't know. I think I have two bits. One would be, if you're going to do a documentary and you're going to risk your life, make sure that the story is worth it. Really think that through, because some people are thrill seekers and they want to throw themselves in danger, and when they're faced with danger, it's a different story. They want out of it immediately, and all of a sudden the story isn't that important. And then another one would be to try to avoid trends. I think with any industry, there's trends, and people will follow trends and end up making very similar things to, their peers, because they don't want to be considered not cool for having a certain aesthetic choice that might not be with the current trend.
But it may be quite difficult to run from these trends. How can you build a wall between yourself and the trends?
I don't know. I think it's a tough question. If you feel like it's not cool to do something, then maybe you should do it. Instead of trying to be cool or make a film for people, or to get their approval, or if you really feel and trust your instincts, I think that's one of the most important things, because typically your instincts don't follow trends. They're speaking things to you to help you make decisions that you feel good about. So, trusting your instincts and getting advice from people, I think that's huge.
Cool. How long will you be staying here in Latvia?
I'll be here until Monday, and I fly back to the U.S.
So on Monday you fly. And will there be any time for sightseeing?
I think hopefully Saturday. That's kind of my plan. Flying in, I saw the pines with the limbs up very high, and I was inspired to just walk through it, because I don't have that where I'm from. But I want to see the city as well. So
forest and city.
Yeah, hopefully if I can squeeze them in, maybe pick some mushrooms or something. I heard that's a thing.
Yeah, that's a really big thing right now. You have been here for a short period of time, but maybe you have learned some Latvian words already. Something in Latvian, no?
Actually, I haven't. I was just asking that I'd like to learn some words, but I haven't. No.
You'll manage.
Manage it.
I haven't yet.
Till Monday, yeah. And one more time, Almost Holy, where and what time?
Tomorrow night at 6, and I apologize, I don't know the actual name of the cinema. I should, but I'm really bad with information. Details.
Kasuni, the film būs redzam jau rīt vakar. So, okay. Well, Steve, thank you for being here tonight, and we wish you a good
stay.
It's a premiere and here in Latvia.
Premiere, yeah.
So have a good premiere and see the pines.
Great, thank you.
Tu klausies 5 LV.